put her through. Well, Ramona.
Hello, Victor.
My goodness, are you in town?
Yes, I just arrived.
Well, I'm glad you're here. But why didn't you tell me that you were coming?
Well, you're a very busy man, and I didn't want to disturb you.
Well, it wouldn't have been a disturbance at all. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. Where are you calling me from?
I'm calling from this restaurant called Gina's Place. The driver said it was a nice spot to spend a little while before the conference. I believe it's close to your offices.
It's very close indeed. Anyway, I will send you some material pertaining to the seminar, and then also some info about the people you'll be dealing with. I have a feeling this will be a good experience for you.
I hope so.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to hear what you have to say about the day's events, and if you have any advice about the alternative medicine market, please let me know. Now, if you don't mind, I have got to get going. So please contact me as soon as you're finished with all that, all right? Bye-bye.
Will I be seeing you there? Victor?
Come in.
Hello, Victor.
Hello, Bradley. So you had a meeting with the Abbotts?
Just paid them a little visit.
And?
I informed them that I'm working for you again.
What was their reaction?
Well, I'm not really sure. I left just as Jack's jaw was hitting the floor.
I imagine it was.
I don't believe it. Brad is back working for Victor.
Which means he stepped down as CEO of Newman Enterprises.
Why in God's name would he do that?
Well, why do you think, Jack? Survival.
Well, Victor's back in his lofty throne, huh? I guess none of us should be surprised.
Just hoping it would take a little bit longer.
No, I didn't think Bradley would give up without any fight.
Now we have two formidable enemies who are out to get us.
Oh, well, too bad. We have fought too long and too hard to get this company back for Dad. I'm not about to give it up. Certainly not to the likes of Victor Newman.
So have you been getting to the beach at all? Well, now, don't let all that tropical surf go to waste. Yeah, I know. I wish I could be there, too.
Paul?
Hey, somebody's got to make it. Yeah, what is it?
Sorry to bother you. There's a young girl here to see you. I think it's Catherine Chancellor's granddaughter.
Oh, okay. Sweetheart, I gotta run. I miss you, too. More than you can imagine. I'll call you tonight. Okay, bye-bye.
Mr. Williams, to see you.
Hi, Mackenzie. How you doing?
Okay. I'm sorry to bother you.
Oh, it's not a bother at all. Have you heard from your grandmother at all?
No.
Anna, what happened to Brock? Where's my son?
Well, the messenger told me that Brock was indeed at the refugee camp.
What do you mean, was?
Well, not long after he arrived, he learned that there was a group of people, including a large number of children, trapped some miles beyond the compound. They were rumored to be out of food and starving.
Are you telling me Brock is there?
Brock got together a few volunteers and went on a rescue mission.
Well, tell me, what happened? Is he all right? What?
We don't know. But that was several days ago, and there has been some heavy shelling in the area since.
Oh, dear Lord.
Well, we don't have confirmed reports, but apparently there were casualties.
Are you saying that Brock...
So, what do you think?
You're great, gosh. I'm surprised you didn't take out a full-page ad in the newspaper.
That's the wrong demographic. We can reach more kids going underground.
right. Spoken like the true savvy businessman that you are.
Besides, if we advertise for the whole world to see, Dad might catch wind of it.
Yeah, something that you don't want to deal with.
Not yet. When Dad finds out, then I'll deal with it. I just have to believe that I can make Dad understand why this is important to me. And this is something that's completely mine. Ours. No?
Okay, so who's going to distribute the flyers?
That's where Chad comes in. Chad, got a second?
Sure, boss. What's up?
Check it out.
Hey, cool. Advertising. A first for this place.
All right, now there's not a lot of time until opening night. Can you take these down to the local high schools and GCU and pass them out?
Yeah, hey, no problem. I'll put some of the waitresses on it ASAP.
Very cool.
Where are you when I need you, Mac? I need to ask you something.
Yeah.
So I thought you were out of here. One last jolt for the road, and it's off to the friendly skies and civilization. You know, I gotta tell you, Billy, this whole I love New York bit is getting pretty old.
Yeah, well, that's because you've never been there.
Fine. Go back to the big city, get mugged. Sure, it'll make you feel right at home. You're just jealous. Jealous? No way. No, but you know what? I am sick of hearing you say that you're out of here, and then I keep finding you back here slumming in cow country.
Yeah, well, this time it's for real. No, I'm serious. My dad got control of this company. He's gonna be staying in Genoa City.
Okay, which means that you're gonna be stuck out here in the sticks with the rest of us losers.
Nope. I went to Plan B.
Plan B?
Yeah, I'm staying with my sister Tracy, with her family in Manhattan.
And you really think your folks are gonna go for that?
Well, it's not up to my folks. My dad makes the decisions.
I thought you said your mother was the one that was
You know,
gonna...
look, my dad's gonna ask my mom if she wants me to stay. She'll pass. She always does.
Whether Billy goes back to New York or not is up to me.
To a degree. Billy has suggested his staying with Tracy and her family.
Do you have a problem with that?
Well, there are a few things I want to clarify before I make a decision. Evidently, this summer didn't go as well as you and Billy would have liked.
It was a disaster. He fought me tooth and nail. He disobeyed every single rule I gave him. He took the car with a bunch of kids. He drove all the way to Chicago to a rock and roll concert without my permission. And on the way back, he had an accident.
He what?
He could have been killed, John. But did he learn from this potentially grave mistake? Of course not. I started off to New York to see you. The minute I was out the door, what did he do? He threw a giant party. It was utter mayhem. The police were called in. I was taken downtown and practically arrested myself.
Arrested for what?
There was alcohol involved, John.
Oh, my God.
Parents were screaming at me. I still don't know if I'm going to be sued or not. I'm telling you, our son is out of control.
Well, I had no idea, Joe. And I'm certainly disappointed in Billy.
He smarts off at me every chance he gets. He won't listen to a word I say.
All right, I assure you I will talk to him about all of it. But Jill, you have to remember something. He is a teenager.
What does that mean? That we should just look the other way and pretend it isn't happening?
Of course not, but you can't be so controlling either. Look, he is not a kid anymore. He's trying to find himself. Be a man.
I know what you're saying. You're saying that you ship our son off to me to spend the summer and he turns into a monster. You're saying it's my fault, that I'm a failure as a mother. Maybe you're right.
Ryan, you don't know how much it means to me. How wonderful you've been through all this. And I know it wasn't easy at first. And my getting pregnant had to be quite a shock.
That's not the point, sweetheart.
You're right, it isn't. And once you accepted our having a baby, you treated me like a queen. No woman has ever felt more loved, more secure. And then
Please don't do this.
No, I have to, Ryan. I have so many regrets. And there's something I have to tell you.
No, sweetheart, you don't. Because I know what you're gonna say.
Victor was priceless. Wiping that smug smile off Jack Abbott's face. He was shell-shocked. He didn't know what hit him.
Jack Abbott thinks he's very clever. We'll see who's left standing when this is all over.
Obviously, you have more surprises in store for my former compatriot. Come on, Victor. I want to see Abbott buried in fire ants up to his neck as much as you do. I can help make that happen.
You think you can?
Well, need I remind you that we worked very closely together. Nobody knows how his devious little mind works better than I do.
And therefore you think that I should trust you? Let you in on what I have in store for Jack Abbott?
That's exactly what I think.
Sweetheart, what are you doing here?
I need to speak to you.
Nikki, you all right?
We will continue this discussion another day, Bradley. Thank you. Why'd you come by?
I just wanted to see my husband. See how your day's going. He hasn't called.
And that's what's upsetting you, isn't it, Mackenzie? Oh, I'm sorry. This is my associate, Lynn Bassett. And, well, she pretty much knows everything, if that's what you're wondering.
You're a very lucky young lady, Mackenzie. Catherine Chancellor is quite a woman. I can only imagine what she must be like as a grandmother.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. When she's around.
Oh, come on. She hasn't been gone that long.
Well, it seems like forever to me.
You miss your grandmother, don't you?
You're exhausted, Mrs. Chancellor.
I'm fine. I'm fine, Anna.
We're miles from the nearest hospital. It could be weeks before we hear anything more about your son. And if you weaken any further, I give you my solemn promise to contact you the moment Brock returns. I'll tell him that you were here on an urgent matter, and I'll make sure he calls you immediately. Please, Mrs. Chancellor, you're not doing anyone any good by putting your own health at risk.
Listen to me. I'm not leaving here until my son returns. Now that is vital.
Well, what about all the people back at home waiting for your return? Surely they must be concerned.
You're right.
You will leave then?
No. But I need to call someone very important.
Jill, I am not pointing fingers. And I am certainly not defending Billy's behavior. In fact, I'm rather disappointed in it. But you have to understand something. He's a teenager. He is going to make mistakes.
We're talking about more than mistakes. He defies me at every single turn. He treats me like a peon, John, not like a mother. Maybe Maybe it is better if he goes back to New York.
Will you listen to yourself? You're describing a kid who's totally out of control. What if he comes home one day, unsupervised, and decides to try a little heroin?
That is ridiculous. He wouldn't get into drugs.
Listen to me, New York is full of temptation.
Oh, and Genoa City's okay? You know better than that.
But you and I would be with him. Two committed parents watching over him, helping him to learn and grow and become a man.
But how do we do that? I have tried. All I want to do is protect him.
So do I, but you cannot smother him. That's the difference.
I don't know. I don't know if I can do this.
Jill, for what it's worth, I don't believe that you're the kind of terrible parent that you make yourself out to be.
You don't?
No. You've just had a heavy dose of a teenager. That's not easy for anyone, much less a
part-time mother? No, that's what I am. I'm a part-time mother. And Billy doesn't want anything to do with me. And how can I blame him?
Isn't this rather unusual that you just stop by and check up on me?
I'm just trying to figure something out.
What are you trying to figure out?
Actually, I have many questions.
Something troubling you?
That doesn't come as a surprise, does it?
Where's this tension between us coming from right now?
How interesting you would ask me that.
Your point?
How did things get so complicated?
Are you blaming me or what?
You think that's unfair?
What's going on? You and I should have the time of our lives. What got us off track? And quite honestly, I don't know what will get us back on again.
What are you trying to tell me? Really?
Look, Jack, you've proven that when you're determined, you can just about accomplish anything.
I know. Don't get overconfident.
Victor and his family are forces to be reckoned with.
As are we.
I don't disagree with that.
You, Dad, and I are fighting for what is rightfully ours. A company our father built from the ground up. No one is going to take that company away from us again. Speaking of that, where is Dad anyway?
He's got a lot to deal with. Moving back home, reclaiming his company.
We got a lot to deal with, too. Hell, the morning's half over. I'm gonna stop by Gina's, pick up an early lunch. I'll bring it back to the office, okay?
Oh, so we can work all afternoon?
Exactly. I'm buying.
Oh, big spender.
Okay, order me a turkey club, get Dad something. You call it in. Maybe by the time I get back, Dad'll be back. And then we can talk about how to keep Victor out of Jabot forever.
Mackenzie, you know, it's okay to miss your grandmother.
Feels weird.
I know, that's just because you're not used to relying on people.
Just if Kay were here, at least I'd have somebody to talk to. But, no, I made my bed and I have nobody to blame but myself.
Blame for what?
Well, before it was no big deal. Things would get complicated and I just hit the road. But now,
it's not so easy.
You know, it's just a guess. But something tells me that you're afraid you lost your independence. That you're not as tough as you used to be. But you know what? I think that's a good thing. I mean, the fact that you just can't take off down the highway. It means you're putting down roots. That you have feelings for someone. and that your grandmother is a very important part of your life.
That doesn't change anything. She's off somewhere and I'm stuck here all alone. And I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I know what you're gonna say. It's not necessary. It's not your fault.
I had no idea that you knew.
But you feel guilty? Think you're responsible for what happened? We're both devastated, honey. We thought we were gonna have a baby together. We thought we were gonna start a family of our own. And after seeing that ultrasound, look, you've got to realize you did nothing wrong. If anything, I'm the one who messed up here. I think back on the way I treated you when I first found out you were pregnant. What an insensitive jerk I was.
Oh, you were under a lot of pressure. What do you expect?
What I expect is to be the loving, supportive husband I vowed to be on our wedding day.
And you have been that and so much more. Ryan, don't ever doubt how wonderful you've been to me and how much you've helped me through this experience.
As long as you realize that we lost this baby for reasons we don't know, and we'll never understand, and that you did everything you could, Trish. Everything. So you don't have to tell me you're sorry, okay? That is what you were gonna say, isn't it?
No. No, Ryan, there's something more. There's something else.
Pardon me? Excuse me. So you're gonna take a few more of these, put them up here. Just, you know, I want this place just flooded with light.
Okay, well, 4-foot truss, 4-foot truss, and then we'll have a 2-foot elevated stage, and people come in and out.
Okay.
Generator will be around the corner.
Billy, I don't think you've really thought this through.
Look, Ralph, I know what I'm doing, okay? If I get a little lonely, I'll pick up the phone and call my dad. What about your mom? You know, I don't mean to sound cruel, but getting away from her is a major plus. Man, are things really that bad? Yeah, you've seen her in action. Yeah, but still. Look, Ralph, right, Mom talks a lot about wanting to be a part of my life. But the bottom line is, I don't measure up to her idea of the perfect son.
Come on, Billy. You took a car to Chicago without telling her. You got in an accident. You throw this huge blowout party behind her back.
All right, so she's got a reason to be ticked. But compared to some losers out there our age, I'm a saint. Look, when I was young, I spent more time with the nanny than I did with my mom. Now she wants to play the perfect mother. When things don't go the way she planned, what does she do? She bails. She doesn't want me around. So to hell with her.
Joe, look. I understand your frustration. But you realize you haven't spent much time with Billy these past few years.
I know. I know. We've grown apart.
That's natural.
Doesn't make it right.
Of course not, but look, it's not too late. You can make it better.
How? How, when everything I've tried has turned into a disaster this summer?
I think you're just rusty. You need practice. Look, I believe that you have it in you to be a fine parent. You just need time with our son.
John, I really appreciate what you're trying to do, okay? I really appreciate you even saying that you think I could be a good mother to Billy. But in my heart, I don't think it's gonna work. You don't know how difficult it is for me to say this. But I honestly believe that it will do my relationship with him more harm than good if he stays in Genoa City.
You came to see me, so far I have no idea why.
I know you're upset with me.
Why do you think I'd be upset with you?
I
I guess because I'm not the dutiful wife you expect me to be.
Who says that I expect you to be a dutiful wife?
You don't even see it yourself, but I think that's exactly what you expect.
Is this all about my not wanting to have another baby?
You still have no idea how much that would have meant to me, do you?
Let's please not rehash all this now.
Because you think I'm too old.
It has nothing to do with age.
Yes, it does.
It has to do with your position in life.
I am not content watching my children raise their children, watching life pass me by.
The hell says that you will be watching life pass you by? I don't think that will be happening.
You don't see a lot of things because you're so involved in your work.
And you obviously are not. You don't give a damn about my work, do you?
You have made that very clear, that I am not ever to be involved in business matters. I am not to express opinions. You certainly didn't want to know what I had to say about Brad Carlton coming back to the company.
I told you that that was none of your concern. I have a plan, all right?
And you wonder why I feel unimportant.
Is that the point you tried to make? The day you didn't show up after I won the company back and wanted to celebrate?
I wasn't trying to make a point, Victor. I was trying to live my life. Which evidently is what you're doing as well, right?
What are you talking about? I don't understand any of this.
No, of course not.
I don't have time for this, all right? I got a meeting to attend.
Oh? With whom?
Why are you drilling me like this?
Never mind. Forget it. Forget I said it. It's none of my business anyway. Not a word. Not one word about Ramona. Excuse me, are you Miss Cassettis?
Yes, yes, I am.
Hi, I'm Gina Roma.
Oh, Gina, as in...
Yes, I'm the proud owner of this establishment. This just came for you.
Oh, thank you.
I don't believe I've seen you before.
Oh, I've never been here before.
Well, I hope you'll come back again.
Thank you. You're very kind.
Baby, you're exhausted. You need to rest. Whatever you have to tell me, it can wait till later.
No, Ryan, I have to do this
No, you
now.
don't have to do anything except take care of yourself. You have been through a traumatic experience. Now, please, I worry about you. You know, I've been thinking, trying to make sense out of all this. When you got pregnant, it was such a shock. I mean, it came totally out of the blue for both of us. I mean, who knows? Maybe we weren't ready. You know, I wasn't. But one thing is for sure. When we get pregnant again, and we will, it's gonna be so different. I'm gonna be so there for you from the beginning. Because I've learned something. How much I want a baby with you. How much I want us to be a family.
Look, if you hear from Mac, tell her Chad called. Okay, yeah, it's important. Thanks. Hey guys, what's up?
Oh, nothing.
Hey, have you seen Mac?
Yeah, she was here earlier.
Yeah, I know. I can't find her.
Is there a problem?
No biggie. I can handle it. Want another?
No, thanks. I'm cool.
Looks like I'll be pounding the pavement to hand these things out on my own.
Hey, Chad.
Dad. Hey, Stacy, how you
You
doing?
remember my cousin Michelle, don't you?
Yes, I do. In town long? Yeah.
For a while. So, Mr. Busy Businessman, you never did tell me how the meeting went at Brash and Sassy.
It went great. Working with my sister's a kick.
Really?
Yeah, you sound surprised.
Well, because when you first went back to Newman, you weren't really that into it.
Well, things are different now. You see, Vicky has this energy. I mean, it's infectious. She's so determined to make Brash and Sassy such a success. I mean, even bigger than it already is.
Now that she's out of Jabot.
Yeah, and it's hard not to get swept up in all the excitement.
Not to mention everything that's going on here. Gosh, I never thought I would have this much fun getting this place back on its feet again.
You know, you've been great. Every idea you had has been right on target. But you know what the best part is? Is sharing this with you. And knowing that we're in this together. And that you love me and support me.
Sweetheart, I think that this thing is adding new dimension to our lives and to our marriage.
Me too. Man, this is amazing. Think about all the history we've had here. And now we're about to start making all new memories.
Wonderful memories. I can feel it, Nick. I just know that Crimson Lights is going to be the talk of the town.
I am still trying to connect you, Mrs. Chancellor.
You know, Mackenzie, I realize that this is an extremely difficult time for you.
If I only knew where my grandmother was.
Well, I told you before, it really doesn't make
Paul
any
Williams
difference.
Investigations.
Lynn. Oh, thank God I reached you.
Mrs. Chancellor.
Listen to me, darling, I need your help. I tried the house, I tried Crimson Lights, but I can't seem to track down Mackenzie. So can you give Paul a message to relay to my granddaughter?
But I can do better than that. Mac is here.
She is?
I'll put her on.
There you go, kiddo.
Kay?
Mackenzie, sweetheart.
Where are you?
Oh, in another part of the world. Oh my God, it's so wonderful to hear your voice.
When are you going to be home?
Well, I'm not sure, honey. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Oh, sweetheart, you're not okay. I mean, I can tell that in your voice. You're not okay.
No, I'm fine, Kay. Really, you don't have to worry about me. It's just, I really wish you were here.
Well, I'll be back as soon as I can, but I can't leave now. Not yet.
Do you have any idea when you'll be home?
Well, I can't say, Mackenzie. You know, things have gotten so complicated here. Sweetheart, please hang in there. Don't run off. I will be home. And when I return, we'll work everything out. That's a promise. You'll see. Maybe I'll even have a...
A what? Kay?
Never mind. Just promise me something that you'll stay put until I get back.
Kay, I can't promise. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to push you. All I can do is try.
Well, then, try very hard, dear. I swear when I return, things will be much better.
Kay?
Yes?
I miss you.
Well, Mackenzie, I miss you too very, very much. Now you stay right there until I get back, do you hear me?
Yeah. Please hurry home. Please?
Catherine? Catherine? Hello?
Hey, Gina.
Hi.
My sister calling an order?
Yes, but it's not ready yet. Look, I'll go see what I can do.
Thanks. Mr. Abbott, what can I get you? Jason, I'll have a soda. I'm going back to the office.
I gave you every opportunity, Victor. Every chance to open up to me about Ramona. Why the big secret? Why are you bringing that woman here?
Where's Victor?
He had a meeting.
Sorry about before.
Being concerned about me?
Well, I'm not too wise, I suppose. In front of your husband. You're upset with him.
How could he? How could he do this?
Might help to talk about it, Nikki.
Maybe.
Well, this is certainly not the best place. Why don't we go to the lodge?
They have rooms there, don't they? Above the restaurant?
Yeah.
Good. Let's go.